Welcome everybody to the show that you might not get because you just had to be there. I am your host, Paul Hackemesser. I'm here with my co-host,
Kaden Koellen.
Yeah. So, Kaden, today I got some interesting stories for us to read today, and give our takes on uh on what's going on in the story. But before we do all
Okay.
that, uh, what's going on? Anything going on with you? Some small talk.
Uh, you know, Nothing too crazy. Been working. 4th of July just hit. We talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but um, I actually went out to Montana, which is where my grandmother used to live, and
Hmm.
yeah, we have some other family there, so we go out to her house and hang out, and yeah, it was pretty fun. We launched some small fireworks, but yeah, just the family.
Yeah, keep it in the family. No.
That's right.
That's nice. Staying safe, but still celebrating the festivities.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and get right into it. These stories are all taken from Reddit. So,
Okay.
most of them are probably going to be "Am I the asshole?" I did get some of these from Best of Reddit or updates. So, but most of them are
Okay.
probably going to be "Am I the asshole?" if I remember correctly. Let's just jump right into the first one then. Am I the asshole for not inviting my best friend to my apartment warming party? First impressions?
Um, you're not inviting your friend to your what party?
Am I the asshole for not inviting my best friend to my apartment warming party?
I think I don't know. It depends on how big of a party it is. Like, I don't know. You if you've got good reason, then maybe I could see how maybe you don't want to invite someone. But
Alrighty.
let's hear to your.
I have a friend who literally buys everything I purchase and then claims she had already planned to buy those items. This has been happening for quite some time now. At first, I thought it was cute and that we'd be matching, but it's gotten to the point where I feel like I can't have anything that's just mine. It all started with a pair of Vans. I had asked her to accompany me to the mall for some quick shopping, and I bought myself a pair of black sneaker Vans. About a week later, I saw her wearing the exact same pair. I asked her if she'd always owned those, and she told me no. She saw them at the mall and thought they were cute. Another time, we went shopping for dresses for a friend's party. I bought a long red dress, and she purchased a blue mini dress. But when I arrived to the party, she was wearing the exact same dress as me, down to the exact color. When I confronted her about it, she said the dress she bought didn't fit, so she returned it, and she didn't even remember I had gotten the red one. I recently
Okay.
moved into a new apartment. I had sent her some pictures of furniture I was considering, asking for her opinion, as I was going for a cottage type feel. She said she liked them, so I went ahead and made the purchases. Not long after, she invited me over to her apartment for a movie night, and I noticed her living area had many of the exact items I'd shown her.
Oh God.
She literally bought the same decorations I told her I was getting. I was super upset and left early. After I calmed down, I messaged her about constantly copying me, and she told me I was acting like a child. I told my partner about it too, and he agreed with her. Wait, okay. He basically said that no one person can own an item that I should get over and that I should get over it. I had my apartment warming party yesterday, just after I finished decorating, and didn't invite my friend because I didn't want her getting any more ideas to copy. My boyfriend told me I was being selfish, and now my friend won't talk to me. Am I the asshole?
No, it's weird.
I I'm so that's so weird that the boy. By the way, I like skimmed through these, so I don't know exactly what's in the
Yeah.
contents of these. It's so weird that the boyfriend is on the friend side.
Yeah,
Like,
like you'd think hearing if they gave the same context that they did in this Reddit post, which I'm assuming they would, then like that's weird. And it would definitely get on my nerves. Also, she's your best friend,
Yeah.
but she does this, like I'd be reevaluating.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I had a significant other and they told me about this, I think, like, first of all, automatically, my first thing is, oh, I'm on your side automatically. Context will give me more insight as to whether I'm still on your side, right? That's my take on that, right? Why are you? I don't know. I'm kind of pissed at the boyfriend, but like imagine if one of these days we do the podcast and then you look at for the video portion, you just see my background's complete same, completely decorated the same as yours. What would you do? You'd be like, bro.
I would think, honestly, I'd think it's pretty cool. But
it's like, oh, bro, sick.
If I was buying new items,
yeah, and then I started buying the same items,
I'd be like, like it's getting to that point, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
But because it takes place over like a certain amount of time, that would definitely get annoying. And also,
yeah,
I don't know what, like, I'm assuming the apartment warming party, she didn't invite her because she said she didn't want her getting any ideas. So, like, did she already have new items? Because the way I feel like you would counter this is if, you like kept them away from your house for a while and then all of your shit was changed. Because then they walk into your house and they're like, I can't just remodel my shit.
Or you send her.
I guess they could, but
you send her some. You do the same thing you did. You send her some like ideas of like, oh, I'm thinking of remodel it, and then you go complete opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you counter that. You're welcome. We just solved your problem.
You're welcome.
I would assume they're not even.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You said, were you gonna say there was an update?
Yes, there is an update.
Okay, because I was about to say, I feel like after this point, there's no way like you're still friends with them.
Yeah.
But if you are, it's probably because you found a way around it, or I don't know. I feel like you would just stop being friends with them if it got to that point.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Update. It's only been 17 days since I originally posted this, and I want to thank everyone who shared their insights. They helped a lot. I decided to reach out to her and have a conversation about why I didn't invite her to my event, and ask why she kept copying me. She wouldn't respond to my texts or calls, so I asked my boyfriend for help. Since she and my boyfriend are friends, he ended up getting involved and helped set up a meetup so we could talk. The conversation started off maturely, but things shifted when I told her copying me made me feel uncomfortable. It felt like she was trying to become me. For context, I recently got both sides of my nose pierced and had posted about it on social media. Not long after, she showed up with the exact same piercings.
That is getting weird, because now it's more than just it's your way of personalizing yourself.
It's literally like your body, and you're like
matching shoes. It's like, oh, whatever, like.
Yeah.
If you buy like
matching furniture, it's like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then you start getting like body modifications that like, I guess not modifications, but like you're getting like,
well, yeah, like
I guess it is a modification
to get a piercing, and they're willing to do that just because you did it already.
Yeah.
At that point, it's getting weird.
Anyway, during our heated conversation, she dropped the bombshell that she and my boyfriend were more than just friends.
Oh boy.
Apparently, they've been seeing each other for a couple months. I didn't ask exactly how long, so I don't know. When I confronted him about it, all he said was, I can explain. Which honestly told me everything I needed to know.
Yeah.
I won't get into details, but we broke up and I blocked both of them. What stings even more is that we all live close together, so unfortunately, I will be running into them whether I like it or not. Lesson learned: don't shit where you eat, and go with your gut when you feel something is off. Go with your butt.
Yep.
Go with your butt.
You got to go with your butt, guys.
Go with your butt. It's
It
damn.
was kind of predictable because the moment she said
Yeah.
they're friends, and then earlier, like, he was trying to vouch for her, it's like, yeah, those are red flags.
Yeah, I immediately knew the boyfriend was off. I didn't think it would continue, but that's crazy. Wow.
I didn't think
damn.
I didn't think they were like cheating or something. I just thought maybe they were like, when they said they were friends, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's why he's trying to vouch for her, and like they're probably closer, and maybe that's how they met or something. But
That's so weird because that's got to be like, that puts it into perspective that I'm thinking like the boyfriend is telling her to do all these things too, like is telling her to copy her, or I'm not. It could just be her, but
yeah,
I'm
you
thinking
think
like the
he's
boyfriend
in
is
on
like,
it and he's like helping to copy.
yeah, because I think I think like he did like his girlfriend, but he liked this other woman as well. So he wanted best of both worlds, and so he just basically just converted her into her, and it's just, now again, I don't know if that's what happened. I'm speculating here because I don't have any more information, but that's like that's crazy. Like, why would
It's so gross too.
it's so how are you non-committal to a relationship and then you're also non-committal to moving on? Like,
yeah, I don't know. That shit cray.
yeah. The verdict was not the asshole. 55% not the asshole.
55%?
55. 25% says you're the asshole. 9 everybody sucks here. 6% asked for info, and 2% says nobody's the asshole. But yeah, 25% saying you're the asshole is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, and also like everybody's the asshole. How are you the asshole? Like, maybe it's because like it wasn't that big a deal at first or something, but I don't know. That's weird behavior. Your friends shouldn't be doing that. Well,
yeah,
they can do that, but it needs to be moderated. You know, like it needs to be to a level that it's not just becoming another person. It's okay to match.
Yeah. Comments. Some. Did I just see? Here he goes. This person goes, "You're the asshole for calling her your best friend when she clearly isn't. It doesn't sound like you even like her." That was one of the "you're the asshole." But first of all, she's not the asshole for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't like her either if she's copying me. 'Cause
yeah,
that's with all this stuff prior. So you would expect them to be disliking them.
this is okay. So this one's the everyone sucks here. So this person goes, "I can't remember the acronym for everyone is the asshole here, but I want to use it. Your boyfriend is right. One, your boyfriend is right. You don't have a patent for these. She is welcome to them. 2, he's also an idiot for not realizing how immature your friend is and siding with her. 3, she's immature for buying the same things as you multiple times and lying that she didn't realize. She was obviously lying. Are you sure you guys are good friends? 4, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Why didn't you invite her besides not wanting her to copy you? If she did again, you'd have more proof that she does. 5, everyone just seems really immature in this story. I hope you all figure it out."
What?
So a lot of these are the comments before that update. So they don't have the extra information of the update that the boyfriend is cheating on her.
Even then,
but still, it's like, I don't know. I don't think she's immature. Like
yeah,
it's fine to have. Yeah, it's fine to have to want to have originality in your life.
Yeah. And
But
like everybody seems immature. Like I don't know. I disagree heavily. I
Mhm.
think that what was the second to last or like the two last points he had?
uh they hold on. I just lost it. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh no,
Okay.
bro.
Uh there are two last points where two wrongs don't make a right. Why didn't you invite her besides not wanting her to copy you? If she did
That
again, you'd
one.
have more proof that she does.
If if you're already being caught, you already have proof through
Yeah.
multiple occasions of her copying items. And then yeah, like the other guy said, lying about it. But it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are I'm seeing a lot of like talk comments that are like everyone's the asshole or everyone sucks here. Um
Yeah, I don't
there's
know.
there
You would have reason not to invite
yeah.
them. I think that's not immature. And if anything, you're preventing like it from going further in a way
Yeah.
that isn't directly like I don't know. I guess if you're not inviting them, then it's like it could be perceived as bad, but also you're not escalating anything by not inviting them.
Um one for not the asshole. Try on a wig in an outrageous color. Send her a picture asking her opinion on your new color. See what happens, or maybe do it with a temporary tattoo.
Yeah.
You get a temp tattoo, and then it's just she gets a permanent one, and it's like, oh, it's gone.
What can I
She
say?
she probably get laser removal though if she's going that deep with it.
Maybe. Yeah, but she already did piercings. Like, tattoo
It's true.
isn't too far off. Make sure it's on a really painful spot, though.
Yeah,
That
I'm gonna
that
get.
way that way it's worth.
Give me a tattoo right in the gooch.
Send a pic. Check this out.
Yeah. Yeah, just- oh, that's funny. All right, on to the next one. My boss hasn't talked to me since his drunken striptease.
Oh boy.
Trigger warning. Mentions of sexual harassment, retaliation, power imbalance in relationships, infidelity, and lying about marital status. So a little of a spoiler,
Okay.
but trigger warning is necessary. Originally posted to ask a manager.
Okay. Just
What do I do? Yeah, I just asked me. I'm a manager, guys. What to do with a possibly embarrassed boss? I, female, my 40s. My boss, 50s, male. And a fellow coworker, 60s, female. All happen to share a hobby. In August, I made the mistake of going on a weekend trip with them. The outing was justified by claiming we could save money if we split the cost of lodging. We rented a one-bedroom condo with two lofts. The lofts face each other across the living room. I had one loft, my boss had the other. Friday night was fine, but Saturday, he got drunk. After we all went to bed, he stood in his loft and asked if he wanted to sing. Asked if I wanted to sing while he did a striptease. I did not, and told him so. I would have turned the lights off so as to not see anything, but the control for the overheads was in his loft. Anyway, he proceeded to take off his clothes. I rolled over and faced the wall once his shirt came off. I heard his belt buckle hit the floor not long after. I have no idea if he stopped there or if the performance ending with full frontal nudity. Before this happened, our relationship was great. We worked together for years and have been very close. We each had a bad pandemic and lost people. We have cried on each other's shoulders. sorry. Let me read that. We have cried on each other's soldiers. Fuck.
Bro.
shoulders. We have cried on each other's shoulders via phone several times. But ever since this incident, he has completely ignored me at work. He won't take or return calls and doesn't respond to emails. At present, I can go a couple weeks without seeing or hearing from him at all. It's gotten so bad that I've begun contacting other same level supervisors when I have issues that need to be resolved. Usually, I send a request to him first via email, text, or phone, then send one follow up 3 days later. If I've gotten no response 48 hours after the follow up, I contact another supervisor. I kept my messages friendly and upbeat because I'm pretty sure he's just embarrassed and realizes he made a huge mistake. The other person we were with doesn't even know, and I have no plans of telling her or HR. I've got boys and held leadership roles in scouting programs for over 12 years, so trust me, I've seen men do a lot of stupid things. Camping, beer, and stupidity are the holy trinity of male outings. This is just par for the course. The only difference is I don't have to work with them. I do know he's been going through a very difficult time, personally. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's embarrassed, possibly even terrified that I'll go tell HR, because has the possibility to become a career-ending debacle. I won't do that for one bad decision, which he obviously regrets. However, this is affecting my performance at work, so something's gotta change. How do I resolve this issue? I can't just send an email, voicemail, or text, because there is no right to privacy on company machines. I have his personal cell number, but figured that if he's ignoring me at work, he'll probably won't answer that either. And I can't just walk into his office because we work remotely.
Huh. So you work remotely, and they've been emailing her, or she's been emailing him, but he doesn't do anything. He just ignores her.
Yep.
So just, and you can't email him. Go to his house. Like, that's the only way. Find him, go knock on his door, and be like, hey, you don't answer my emails, and I don't want to talk about this online anyways. You don't pick up my phone calls, or I would at least try phoning them if you haven't already, because it sounds like they haven't.
Yeah.
You gotta call them. If you can't email them, then yeah. I mean, the only other way is in person, and they said he ignores her at work, or
Well, they work remotely, and so any sort of contact on those on like work machines, I'm assuming they're being given like laptops or something by the company. And so any sort of contact on that machine is not privy to privacy. There's no expectation of privacy. So HR and like the company can go in and look at all the messages whenever they want.
Right. Well, in that case, find a alternative way to email him. Or yeah, like call him and leave him a message. Or I don't know, there are other ways to try to contact him. And if you can't do it on your company computer, then like if you have one at home, use that. You can email through your phone. If you don't have a phone, you can go to a library. Like, there are other ways to contact people where you don't necessarily have to go to their house. But if all else fails, then I think you have reason to try and approach them in person. But that is definitely weird activities. But I'm glad they're understanding that it's a mistake on their behalf. Like, they didn't, obviously it was stupid, and they realize he's probably just more concerned for like his own life safety, basically, like keeping everything intact, his career safety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Some comments from the original Ask a Manager site. Um that's a long comment. Screw it, I'll read it. Except he doesn't even need to be doing it intentionally. Intent means nothing. Actions mean everything. I had a man I worked with who I considered a friend, who managed a team I worked closely with but wasn't on. I was cautious enough to never socialize with him alone, but we hung out regularly and with mutual friends, especially after he went through a rough breakup and was depressed. One night after I got home from one of our hangouts, he texted me and suggested we should have sex. I told him I valued him as a friend, but wasn't interested in a romantic relationship. He apologized graciously enough, and I was naive enough to think that would be the end of it. Except then he was embarrassed. He didn't quite go no contact. It would have been noticeable since we all worked on the same floor and we had meetings together. But he only responded to communication from me if there were witnesses. If I sent him an email or stuck my head in his office to ask him something, he ignored me. He didn't even give me a heads up on date changes around their deliverables or include me in updates. I tried everything I could think of reassuring him that it was fine, let's just move on, CCing my manager on everything, trying to escalate it to his manager without telling him what exactly happened, because I didn't want him to get in trouble for that. But his manager largely ignored me. The two of them were best friends. And my manager, while horrified and sympathetic, didn't have the clout to do much about it and wasn't going to tell anyone what happened without my permission. Eventually, I got hauled in front of the executive team to be warned about my ineffectiveness at working with his team. I pointed out that he wasn't responding to my emails or including me on updates and was always too busy to meet with me, but they told me getting that information was my job. I don't think he sat down and was like, how can I ruin her career so she gets fired or leaves? I don't think there was much intention behind it at all. He was embarrassed. I was, in his mind, the source of his embarrassment. He didn't want to interact with me because it was embarrassing, but it was enough to make it impossible for me to do my job. Intent means nothing. Who gives a fuck if he's malicious or just embarrassed? Talk to a lawyer.
Yeah. I think that's also true. Like, it is weird, and you need to I'm trying to think of how to respond to this. Like, I don't know. It is weird, and yeah, talk to a lawyer is probably just good advice. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely not good, and if it is affecting your work, like, that's an issue. Uh all those things are bad behavior, and you shouldn't have to put up with it in the first place. If you view it as a mistake and you're willing to move on, I don't know. I guess I don't know. It's difficult. Like, it shouldn't be at a point where you have to reach out to, my work life is falling apart because you're
Yeah.
not willing to contact me. Like, it shouldn't reach that point. But it also comes down to, if it is at that point, I mean, you have to just keep trying to contact them, or yeah, just contact a lawyer. And I don't know. I think if you talked to them and said, you're kind of fucking this up for me, and it's okay to be embarrassed, but just handle it professionally, then I don't know. I think you could go either way. It's at that point, the ball is in your court. If it's really, like, upsetting to you, then you have every reason to do it legally and take it up with your superiors and all that stuff. If you're willing to view it as a mistake, then it's also like try to talk to him, or I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to find a way around that.
Well, Kaden, there's an update.
Okay. Good to hear.
The the commenter who said "in vino veritas," which is Latin for "in wine there is truth," hit the mark.
Okay.
Days after my question appeared online, I sat scrolling through comments, crying into my wine. I intended to phone a friend. Instead, I drunk dialed my boss
Oh boy.
on his work phone. Will answered. I'm assuming that's the boss's name. Will answered, immediately recognizing that I was drunk. He said, "Hang on, I'll call you right back on my personal phone." In the call that followed, he confessed to having a crush on me since his very first day as my supervisor, and he admitted that he wanted me to join him for a sexual liaison in the loft. I admitted that as much as I liked him, I didn't like being pursued by someone who was married. You read that right. Married.
That's
In my
not good.
initial letter, I lied to protect him. The first lie was saying that he was divorced. The second lie was claiming the tip happened in August. Really, it occurred in September. Rather than agree to keeping everything professional and above board from then on, Will insisted that he and his wife had separated. Then, he convinced me to engage in phone sex. After that, he pursued me relentlessly, and I'll admit, I liked the attention. After swearing his divorce was final, Will planned a work trip rendezvous for us in April 2024. Once he got what he wanted, he no longer had any use for me, and did exactly what you said he'd do: lay the groundwork to fire me. Will got a new supervisor in June 2024. She took an immediate dislike to me, often requiring me to work during approved leave, work 7 days per week, shorting my pay, etc. This culminated in me being required to work 27 consecutive days in January. At first, I thought he was going along with it because he was afraid that if I spoke up, he'd lose his job. That'd simply make him a coward, rather than malicious. Later, I learned I was wrong. Other supervisors been talking before me. There was an employee who got involved with Will and ended up being transferred. I watched as Will started grooming another employee after he lost interest in me. Aside from the three of us. I can't read. Aside from the three of us, Will admitted to having an affair with another woman. And you wouldn't know it. He and his wife are still together. Yep, cheater's gonna cheat. The constant stress resulted in a mental breakdown. I reported the hostile work environment to HR and the EEOC, then spent 3 months on FMLA that ended up protecting my job long enough for the government to start offering voluntary separation incentive programs. I left my job with $25,000 in cash. I am still emotionally broken and working through the betrayal trauma I suffered at Will's hands. I have no idea what the future will hold. My EEOC complaint was accepted and is moving forward, so I hope there will be justice in the end.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, he's lying about his marriage. He's doing it to other women, and he's just he's abusing his power. But also, I think there's a small bit of blame on this person. Just because they were playing with fire for so long. You said that for months he was coming after you. You liked the attention. You also had phone sex with him. I don't know. It's messed up that it had to be that way, but I don't know. It was bound to be messy.
Yeah, a lot of the comments agree with you. One says, basically just paraphrasing what had happened. After I received excellent advice about my boss sexually harassing me and then building a case to have me fired in order to rob me of my leverage, I decided to make everything much worse. In a turn of events that was inexplicably surprising to me, he fucked me a few times and then went right back to getting me fired, like various commenters implied he would months earlier. I am loath to blame the victim, but at 40 you shouldn't have to touch the stove to learn that it's hot. Come on.
Yeah, also true. They were like, I've been in a leadership position for 12 plus years or something like that. I've been around the block a few times. That was more than that.
Don't worry, I know. I know, boys. No, okay, sure.
At that point, it makes me believe that first time was almost like you did just like the attention of that one. And the whole time you were going after that feeling of being wanted. And I don't know, it really is like you were the one playing with fire. If you're in your 40s, I would hope you knew a little better. And I don't know. You got to have more respect for yourself than to let men get away with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Especially if they're, in power over you professionally. Like, I don't know. That's risky business.
There's one commenter that says, she's got 99 problems, but full-time employment is no longer one of them.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks. Damn. I mean, it's again,
awful that all of it happened.
I do want to, I do agree with that one commenter where it's like, they're a terrible person. Will is a terrible person. They absolutely suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kinda your fault.
Yeah.
Part of it's partially your fault, and you gotta take responsibility. You kind of just let it happen.
Exactly.
It's a terrible thing. Alright. Next one. Now this one you might relate to a little bit.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for losing weight for my friend's wedding, although I'm already the skinny friend?
Okay.
I, 28-year-old female, recently lost a fair bit of weight, and now my friend, female 30, is saying that I'm trying to upstage her at our wedding. My best friend Emily got engaged at the end of last year and asked me to be a bridesmaid. I was super happy, and of course I said yes. In the past 3 years, I put on some weight, about 2 dress sizes. It really didn't bother me until recently, so I decided to use the wedding as an excuse to lose some weight. I just find it easier to do if I have an actual end goal date.
Yeah.
This past weekend, we were bridesmaid dress shopping. Okay, sorry, it's weirdly spelled. Okay. This past weekend we were bridesmaid dress shopping, and Emily was acting kind of weird towards me, giving me funny looks and talking over me. The other 2 bridesmaids, one I'm friends with, and the other I don't know very well, didn't seem to notice, so I brushed it off thinking she was just stressed. Me and Emily live really close to each other, and so usually after something like this we would go hang out for the day at one of our houses. At the end of the appointment, I asked her whose house she wanted to go to, and she scoffed and told me she was going home. I asked what was wrong, and this is what she... Give me a second, I gotta fucking read. I asked what was wrong, and this is when she went off on me. I don't remember word for word what she said because I was so confused and shocked, but these are the bits I remember. She basically said it was clear I was trying to lose weight to upstage her for a wedding, and that I was already the skinny friend, and now I'm just trying to make it all about me, especially as I never cleared my weight loss with... I never seen cleared used in that context. I never cleared my weight loss with her. She said I clearly knew what I was doing was wrong because I was still wearing oversized clothes to disguise my weight loss. I just haven't fully updated my wardrobe and prefer to be comfortable over wearing tight-fitting stuff. I don't consider myself skinny, but I am the smallest out of the four of us. I also didn't think about how changing my appearance would affect her vision for the wedding. I've never been a bridesmaid before, so I don't know if I don't know if that was something I should have considered. So I don't think I'm the asshole for losing weight, unless I am. But am I the asshole for not telling her that I was going to lose weight? Edit. Guys, I know now it's lose. Sorry for my dyslexia. She was spelling lose. Loose. Loose. She was spelling loose. I'm sorry for my dyslexia. I will go and edit all of them out. But one, I've been told there are many. I'm too lazy for that. And two, I now know it's hilarious how annoying you all seem to find it. Relevant comments. Actually, this is after the verdict, so go. Let's go ahead and discuss.
Yeah, I think
Also, I like how I said I was like, you might relate to this, and it turned out to be a bridesmaid story. I was like, skinny friend, Kaden skinny. Yeah, out of the two of us, he's the skinny friend.
I don't think that's your fault. Like,
yeah,
you shouldn't feel bad for bettering yourself, especially like. I think something like this, it's stemming from her insecurity.
yeah, and I could see her side of it. To be honest, I can see like, oh, you're trying your hardest to look your best to be a bride's. Like, I don't know. I can be like, I can see what she might be thinking of. Like, oh, you're trying your absolute hardest to look good for this role. For being a bridesmaid, you're gonna upstage me. You're gonna look better than me. Everyone's gonna be looking at you and not me. All this, I think it's just like it comes from an air of insecurity from the bride.
Yeah, I think it is your day, and if your friend looks good on your wedding day, good for her and good for you.
Yeah.
It's your wedding. Nobody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, she lost so much weight. She's way better than the bride or something like that.
Yeah, no one.
They're at your
No one's
wedding.
gonna be thinking that.
Yeah, it is your day. All right, you just can't let something like that, especially when it's your friend bettering themselves. You can't let that ruin something that's supposed to be so important. It negates the amount of like love you have for what you're supposed to be doing, like the wedding and your husband. Like, it kind of ruins that when you're thinking about, oh, this girl looks so much better than me. Like, come on.
Like, it's your day, girl. Who cares?
Yeah, just enjoy yourself. Eat that cake. Look fat. It's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Like, you're getting married. Good for you.
I will say marriage in a lot of ways is more of a performance, not marriage itself, like the ceremony. It's more of like a performance. It's a thing of like,
it can be too. Yeah.
It's very special and it's good.
Yeah.
Like, you should have that day. Like, I'm not saying that marriage is bad. I'm saying like you should be able to have that day, but it is more of a like, you're putting all this effort, you're inviting all these people, you're making a thing out of it. It's an event. You do want to look the best at your own event, like at your own wedding. So I mean, like, I can see how
I
insecure.
can see her perspective.
Yeah, I can see how insecure people could get about weddings. So I'm not completely like saying like, oh no, the bride's correct. It's just like there's a lot of things going on, and she's probably really stressed about the wedding too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, the verdict was not the asshole.
Okay. Yeah.
Some relevant comments. Why would someone being thin upstage the bride? I don't get this at all. And then the OOP, which OP is like the original poster. OOP is the original poster because this is reposted on Best of Reddit.
Oh, okay.
So the OOP beats me. I really didn't think that much about it, other than the fact that my knees crack like glow sticks and I get wheezy when I have to go up 2 flights of stairs, and I wanted that to change, but never been involved with a wedding before, so I didn't know if I'd make a boo. If I make a boo boo, and was just being insensitive. You'd
Yeah,
make a boo
no.
boo. A mistake is a boo boo. Okay.
They might be Southern. I'm
Hey.
getting Southern from
Hey.
this. Hey, man, I'm just saying. Nobody else says boo boo.
Oh, I'm sorry, Northerner. No.
Nah, people say boo boo up here. I made a boo boo. But I feel like that may be a Southern thing. I'm getting off topic.
We're about to have a fight right now. No.
I think, yeah, I don't know. It's not your fault. It's not your thing to be worried about. Just, it's your wedding day. Love yourself, love your husband, and be happy.
Yep.
It's not about your bridesmaid unless you make it about your bridesmaid.
Another comment. Not the asshole. Jesus Christ, I can't stand it anymore with these bride stories. My 2 bridesmaids were smaller than me. A lot smaller than me. But honestly, that thought never even crossed my mind at the time. They're my best friends. They would have been my bridesmaids no matter what. If they were supermodels, if they were 800 pounds, if they had pink hair, no legs, hairy armpits, full body tattoos, whatever. They weren't my bridesmaids because of how they looked, or worse, because of how they made me look. They were my bridesmaids because they were my best friends and I loved them. And I wanted them to be there with me on my big day no matter what. To the brides out there, if they're harder than you, prettier than you, thinner than you, get over it. That's not what it's about. And if you think that's what's about, you probably shouldn't be getting married. Because you're not in the right mental space to be starting a whole new adult life with someone else. You have to love yourself first. Get your shit together, get your priorities straight. Don't project your shit on other people you love and who love you the most. OOP responded, I did cut off both my legs and that's how I lost the weight. And you're saying I can go ahead with the pink hair dye and body tattoos? Sweet! Only joking, but thank you. You sound like a really great person.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, by focusing on something so small as that, like I said earlier, it completely negates the point of having your wedding and like the importance of it and what it's supposed to represent. Like, you are supposed to be engaging with this other person in a beautiful ceremony that's representing your love for one another.
Yeah.
Who gives the fuck about your bridesmaid? And
Can anybody give the fuck? You, sir. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
ignore him.
Either way, you can't be worried about something like that because it makes it so it makes it seem as though you don't care about your wedding. It is all a performance to you. So yeah, it shouldn't be about that. And the bridesmaid bettering herself, that's good for her, not bad for the bride.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is an update.
Oh boy. Okay.
Update posted the same day.
Oh boy.
Update. First off, thanks for all the support as well as all the spelling lessons that have cheered me up a lot. Not sure if anyone wanted an update, but you're getting one anyway. I called my friend. I called my friend.
This person is not
I'm currently
but they said they have dyslexia.
Yeah, they're not good at typing or spelling, and then I'm over here not good at reading, so it's just a whole clusterfuck. I called my friend as I'm currently away for work, so I couldn't meet face to face. Spoiler, it did not go well. I started telling her it was not my intent to make her feel any kind of way, and tried to explain I had already been on my weight loss journey before she got engaged. I asked her if she really thought that I would be vindictive enough to try and upstage her at her wedding. Apparently, this was the wrong thing to say. She started ranting about how I think I'm better than her. How whenever we go out together, no one ever looks at her, only at me. I don't think this is true, as she is very pretty and I'm very average looking. Here's where it gets bonkers bananas. Dude, this person with their
It's
she made a boo boo, and the story's about to get bonkers bananas.
Yep. I think already from hearing this, them getting into an argument over this person is not in it for the right reasons. It's just, this is a bad friend in my opinion. But anyways, let's continue.
She told me that her ex-boyfriend, who recently got married, is going to be at the wedding, and for a while he was thinking of leaving his, at the time, fiance to ask me out, but my friend convinced him not to. I had no idea any of this went on and would have been appalled because one, that's just weird, and two, he's my best friend's ex, and I'm pretty sure she's still in love with him.
Oh.
I have been uninvited from the wedding unless I put the weight back on, and then I can come, but not as a bridesmaid.
What?
Safe to say, I now have new motivation to keep the weight off, and shall not be attending any weddings in the near future. She's always had a temper and has flipped out at me over random stuff before, but never this insane. I guess I'm going to have to get better at identifying red flags.
That is crazy. Put the weight back on and you can come, but I'm not making you a bridesmaid? What? Are you insane? The level of insecurity is crazy. Like, and you think she's still in love with the other guy? Like, fuck that. I'm showing up to the wedding anyways. And I'm going in like a supermodel dress. And I'm going to be like, I object.
Yeah, I object.
I'm cutting this shit out right now. You suck. You like your ex. He's right here sitting next to me. Nah, but that's, yeah, bad friend. I wouldn't go to her wedding anyways at this point. Fuck the invitation.
Some more comments. It sounds like she was actually insecure her ex was going to be there, and was interested in OOP. She shouldn't be getting married if she still likes her ex, or should be inviting her ex at all in the first place. Overall weird. Yep, the issue is not the bridesmaid's weight loss. The issue is that the bride's ex-boyfriend might not spend the wedding feeling regret over losing the bride if he's busy checking out the now even hotter bridesmaid that he almost left his fiance for. Which, if true, means the ex-boyfriend and the bride kind of do deserve to be together because they're both the sort of idiot who marries one person while still being hung up on another. Woe to their respective spouses.
Yep. That is the perfect way to put it. Like, it all just, yeah, it really does stem from you only care about the ex-boyfriend. And yeah, that is a elite level dissection of the issue. I'd say that's right on, hit the head on the nail, or whatever the thing is. Hit the nail on the head. It's craziness.
Yeah. Now, I have two more, but I'm going to save another one for another time. We're going to end it off on a bit of a lighter note. Bit of a lighter,
okay.
Kind of sad, but bit of a lighter note. It doesn't have to do with drama or anything. Not that I know of.
Okay, cool. Great. Sounds good.
The tale of a wingless bumblebee, B. Linda, and a soft-hearted human.
This is like the B movie too.
Out for a walk this morning, and I see a bumblebee on the pavement. I almost always pick them up so they don't get stepped on and leave them on a wall or nearby flower. This time, however, I saw her wings were gone, and she couldn't survive long, so I decided to take her home to make her as comfortable as I could whilst she survived. I set her up a box with some leaves, flowers, nesting materials, and a damp moss to have a drink from. Took her a while to settle in, but she soon found the flowers and had a feed and a wander about. She's currently having a nap under a big leaf. I know you're not supposed to bring bumblebees indoors, but the box is by an open window so she has natural light and fresh air. I hope I'm trying to make sure that she's safe and comfortable for as long as I can provide for her. And this is gonna be this one's gonna be more for the viewers. But there is images.
Oh.
There is images of these cute little bumblebees that I will send you.
Okay, this is, by the way, this is like the most adorable interaction ever. You're just walking down the street and you're like, oh, this bumblebee's wings are missing. I gotta take him home and heal him up. And then you, you just go home and make a little ecosystem for him. That's hype, bro.
Yeah.
And he's just a little guy. He doesn't got wings.
Yeah.
B. Linda's just chilling.
For the audio, the descriptions of there's 4 images. One, the bumblebee is in the OOP's hand. The second image is an image of the box full of leaves and flowers. The third is Miss Bumble chilling on a purple flower, as the post puts it, and then image 4 is yet again the bumblebee chilling on a yellow flower. And this one a yellow flower instead of a purple flower. OOP updates in a comment 1 hour later. Went out and got some more wildflowers for her. She woke up after a nap and is having a good explore of them. She really seems to prefer the cornflowers. And then there's more images, basically just explaining what it is. Just pictures of the bees, of Bee Linda. Bee Linda just enjoying her time. Commenter asks, what happens to them that makes their wings look like that? OOP, they don't look like they've been developed properly to begin with, either down to bad luck or deformed wing virus or similar. Commenter, I'm so invested in this little bumbler. Gotta get hourly updates as this is better than the news. OOP, she posts a picture of it napping. Commenter, aw, bless her. I absolutely love seeing the bees in me. The bees and me. Oh. they said it, instead of saying my, they said me. But, like, they used it correctly. Like, in get the fuck out of me house. Or, like, you know, like, stuff like that. That's how they use it. That's why I was confused. I was like, oh, bless her. I absolutely love seeing the bees in me garden flying flower to flower. Have you given her a name yet, or do you not bother? You could name her after her favorite flowers that you picked. OOP. I just had her out of my hand in the sunshine, and she had a good preening session. I think that's how it is. Preening. I'm calling her B. Linda. Commenter, I'm holding back tears for the tiny little bee I'll never meet, and how good you're making her short little life. She'd never have made it long in the wind, and you're such a kind person for taking care of B. Linda. OOP, I checked on her about 20 minutes ago. She's fast asleep under a leaf, having dug herself a little nest. Update, comment, June 11th, 2025, the next day. My sadly wingless bee friend, B. Linda, is currently sat on my thumb, warming up after having a breakfast of flower nectar and pollen. I think she's going to need a while to warm up properly. I'll be knitting her bee terrarium out properly today, and with some flowers and some other things for her to climb around and dig into. Kidding, not knitting. Oh, I thought there was an N in there. I'll be kidding how. So she's saying she's gonna kit out her bee terrarium.
Yeah, I assumed that anyways.
Yeah.
But
and then of course more images. There's a lot of images in this one.
I also noticed in this image with that second image she has of the box full of flowers and leaves and stuff. You can see the little bumblebee. Oh yeah, sleeping under there.
There's at the very bottom of that image you can see the little bumblebee just peering out of the flowers and leaves and everything. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's cute.
All right. Anyways,
my cuppa and her flower for an early morning pick me up. Update post, June 11th, 2025. Same day as comment. So this is the same day as her previous update.
Okay.
Title: Wingless Bumblebee living her best life. Yesterday, I rescued a bumblebee who's suffering from deformed wing virus and would likely not survive in the wild. I've now gone all out on her bee sanctuary. Fresh flowers, soil, compost, twigs, bark, and grass cuttings to nest in. There's also a sugar water soaked kitchen roll. You can just about see her having a drink from it in the top left corner. There's an image at the end. She's been having a good explore all day and is currently digging a nest underneath the cornflowers in the bottom left corner. She loves basking in the sunshine when it comes out from behind the clouds, and I have been remiss at work as I keep stopping to just watch her go about her beesness.
What a blessing that life has brought.
Yeah.
Like this little bee that had deformed wing virus, and it's walking down the sidewalk the same day as this person who would happen to take in a bumblebee if they saw it lacked wings. Just truly a beautiful story all the way around. Just goes to show the joys of life.
The joys of life. The compassion of human. And how we can work with nature. You know, how we work with nature.
That's right. I wish more people was like this.
Yeah.
Or like this. But anyways.
Let me see if I can find this is a long post, by the way.
Like B Linda.
Okay. B, yeah. B like B Linda. What's it called? I'm not gonna go through all the images. I've been like explaining some of the images. They seem to be explaining it fine in the description, so I'm just gonna keep moving on without bothering with the images unless it's not explained properly or if it's important to the story.
Okay.
Let me just see if I can find it again. Okay. Comments. I saw your post yesterday. You're a good egg doing this. You made her an Airbnb.
Bro.
OOP, had I awards to give, you would have gotten one for that. Commenter, I feel like I'm playing Where's Wally? Where's the bee? Yeah, in a lot of the images, the bee's like hidden in the image, so that's why they're saying that. OOP responded, top left, just hanging on to the bottom to the kitchen roll. Commenter, how am I this invested in the comings and goings of a disabled bumblebee? OOP, she's had a really good explore of her home. She's gotten a bit annoyed at me when I tried to lift her out so I could add more grass cuttings. Commenter, not to want to bring the mood down, but you seem to know a lot about bees. Is this something you could / will shorten a bee's life? It has this issue. Talking about her, Belinda not having her wings. Is it capable of having a long and fulfilling life in your fantastic Airbnb? Great work, by the way. OOP, left alone, the bee will typically die in a day or so. If it was fully symptomatic, brain no compute. OOP, left alone, the bee would typically die in a day or so if it was fully symptomatic. If, like this one, it seems mostly okay aside from deformed wings, it could live a near normal lifespan if it has access to food and water, around 2 to 3 weeks. DWV, deformed wing virus, can cause other issues like incomplete or lame limbs, but she seems to have full use of all of hers, and shows no signs of cognitive issues either, which can be another symptom. She seems to be showing all of the normal bumblebee behaviors and doesn't seem to be in distress. It's pretty much fatal and not pleasant in honeybees, but in bumblebees, it's not necessarily a fatal illness, just a debilitating one that leads to starving to death, as they can't reach flowers to feed on. Commenter, that seems like the best news in the circumstances then. This lucky bee seems to have stumbled upon the best person to care for her. Thank you for your explanation. OOP, there are no guarantees with DWV. I could wake up tomorrow and she's not with us anymore, or she could live for a couple more weeks. I'm just trying to make whatever time she has as comfortable as I can. Commenter, this is really interesting, thanks. Is it likely she she is in any way stressed by being unable to exhibit her natural behavior or on an instinctual level, I guess, given she's an insect. OOP. Hard to tell, but the stressed bumblebees tend to climb as high as they can or run in circles as she's not shown any of those behaviors. She's also happy to climb up on my hand and nap. Mini update comment. Next day, there's 2 from the original post. I need to replace some of the flowers as they're spent, but she's enjoying the sugar water damp kitchen roll for breakfast. Update post from the same day as the comment. Title: B Linda update day 3. She's up and about before me, so I replaced her sugar water chicken.
I replaced her sugar water chicken.
Chicken. She's up and about before me, so I replaced her sugar water kitchen roll breakfast pick me up, which she'd made a beeline for. A lot of bee puns. I'm going to be replacing the flowers later this morning, all aside from those 3 in the bottom corner as she dragged those there herself. And that's her nest where she goes to bed all night. It's adorable watching the pale blue one slowly rise and fall as she breathes. Bees move their abdomen to pump air through their bodies instead of having lungs like we do. She's always makes a careful inventory of the new flowers I bring her, visiting each one on turn and deciding if she likes it or not. Yellow ones are a definite pass. Purple and blue are favorites. She still likes to climb on my hand from time to time when she's not napping, feeding, or exploring. Although yesterday she climbed up on my arm and pooped onto my shirt. She then got a case of the zoomies, and I had to be careful as she ran up all of my arm, along my back, and down my leg and back again. One of the OOP's commenter. Today I learned. I was trying to figure out what TIL was. Today I learned bees get the zoomies. OOP, not sure all bees do, but certainly most of them will burn a lot of energy flying, so since she can't, she has to burn it off somehow. Mini update comment. Basically just showing off another image. Update post. Last night she went on a little bit of a feeding frenzy around 6 p.m., had a bout of the zoomies, and then buried herself in the deepest part of her sanctuary. I could see that she could sense the rain coming. Or I think she could sense the rain coming. Sadly, Mother Nature had other ideas, and the promised thunderstorms never happened, but we did get a bit of rain. This morning, she's up and about, having another feed. She got a bit frantic when I grabbed my cuppa and sat next to her sanctuary. I don't know what a cuppa is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cup of tea is what it says. Again. So, cup of tea. I grabbed my cuppa and sat next to her sanctuary, so I let her climb onto my finger, and she ran around all over my arm and head. I had to carefully extricate her from my hair, and now she's back in her nest area having a rest. It's sad watching her exercise her flight muscles to warm up and hopefully take flight, knowing her wings will never work. But I also know she's part doing it to warm up and to help pump air into her body. Some of OOP's comments. On OOP making their own sub. I already have r/cordials. That's more than enough for me. Commenter. I hope Belinda knows that I love her. If not, could you tell her, please? OOP. I gave her a drop of sugar water for you. Update comment. Next day. Belinda was up and early about this morning, and was in a right huff when she realized her sugar water station was dry. Caught her going up, having a sniff, and then walking off, about to dig back into her nest. I got her refreshed with new paper and water, and she zoomed back over for an early morning pick-me-up before having a bit of proper breakfast on the lavender cornflowers. She's also a right little madam, and will have a right strop when I take her out so I can clean and refresh her home with new grass and flowers. When she gets back in, she'll make a point of gesturing to me, raising up her back legs and waving her front legs at me for me to pick her up. When I do, she poos on me. Then she'll have another flower meal and about of the zoomies before a nap. That's so cute. And the little bees like, oh.
I got a
Like, pick me
shit.
up.
I got a shit.
I got a shit.
Take me.
That's great. Yeah, that's literally what you think. Yeah, just picks up and little poop.
All right, I'm done. Put me
done
down.
for the. It's like, and also the zoomies too. He's just like,
Yeah.
all right, gonna go run around. Some of OOP's commenter. I'm in awe of you. Not many people would take the trouble to make a nice home for a disabled bee. OOP. It's been interesting being so close to a bee for this amount of time. I've learned a lot about her behavior, and I'm definitely noticing a personality as well. Mini update in the comments. Belinda has discovered a new fun game. After having a feed, she gestures to be lifted up. Once she's on my hand, she deliberately falls over onto her back so I can give me a second. Once she's on my hand, she deliberately falls over onto her back, so I have to tip her the right way up again. Repeat about 20 times. That's cute. Final update, June 16th, 2025. 3 hours later, 6 days from the original post. Belinda died this morning at 10 a.m. She had a lovely morning with fresh flowers and a play on my hand and arm first thing. After that, she seemed to start to struggle to move and then began to slowly curl up, a sure sign that she was on her way. I tried to make her as comfortable as I could in her final moments and then surrounded her with flowers when she had finally stopped moving. She had a Viking funeral in her sanctuary in the back garden. Bumblebees with DWV only tend to live for a couple days. She lived for a week with me in as much comfort as I could provide for her. She had a definite personality and always wanted to climb up on my hand when she saw me. I'm going to miss her.
Oh man.
Commenter, can I please send you a small gift for a beer or a gift on Amazon? OOP, thanks for the offer, but donate to www.bumblebeesconservation.org in her memory if you want to. Commenter, just signed up as a family. OOP, I've been a member and a volunteer there for a while now. They're a spectacularly worthwhile charity doing really good work. To a deleted commenter. So this is the OOP.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, fellow bee savior. I knew when I found her that she may only live for a few days, but that those days deserved to be as nice as possible and not slowly starving to death on a pavement. She would go mad when I bought new flowers, carefully inspecting each one in turn and then picking one or two to feed from. Then she's have a clean and that's a typo. Then she's had a clean and rise up on her back or legs to wave at me. Her way of indicating she wanted to be picked up. She chilled on my hand for a while and then buzzed her vestigial wings to say she wanted to go zoomies. I'd put her back in the sanctuary and she zoomed around like a mad thing. She then buried herself in the grass and straw for a nap. She had such a personality and playful way about her. It actually made me quite sad now that she's gone. Commenter with the "this is fine" dog meme, but Belinda waking up from her nap to a Viking funeral. OOP, you just no. And it has brought some levity to the thread, so thanks. You can tell when a bumblebee is no longer with us. They curl up with their legs, usually tucked in, and their abdomen no longer breathes. They don't have lungs like we do, but a series of tiny holes in their body that lets air in. They move their abdomens to help move air around their bodies to breathe, even when asleep. I appreciate that fact. For clarity, I didn't doubt she had passed. I love these posts too. It's been fun to read. OOP. Every day is a learning day. The more people learn about these gorgeous creatures and their life cycles, the better. Commenter. That's the most extraordinary thing to me. That a human being with a bumblebee could have a real relationship that included communication. Belinda waved her front legs, which you understood as her wanting to be picked up. Beautiful. OOP. She invented a game we could play together too. When she was on my hand, she tipped herself backwards and waited for me to tip her back the right way up. We do it several times. It took a fair bit of effort for her to tip backwards, so it wasn't accidental, and she kept doing it. It's also not a thing bumblebees do normally. One last thought from OOP. You are never truly gone until nobody remembers you anymore. Long may she live on.
Damn. Rest in peace, Belinda.
Yeah. Imagine the story from Belinda's perspective. This is one of the comments. This is one of the comments from this post, so it's not from the original post or anything. Imagine the story from Belinda's perspective. You get a terrible disease, you survive, but you're permanently and seriously disabled. You're no longer able to care for yourself, and you have no one to care for you. You assume that you're going to die, but then a giant eldritch creature picks you up and puts you in a specially made home. It's spacious, it has plenty of food and water, which the eldritch creature periodically replaces. It's comfy. You have privacy. The eldritch creature lets you hang out with it. The two of you can't communicate, but just peacefully sharing space is nice. You spend the rest of your natural life being cared for by this eldritch being. You have no way to understand the creature's motives, but fuck it. You're pretty happy.
Yep.
And this, I actually started my voice started breaking through half of those, through some of those. I was like, I knew it was gonna happen too.
Yeah.
It was just.
I was like, well, 2 to 3 weeks. They keep updating this. It's gonna end. Man, it's a true. It really puts into perspective the power we hold over, taking care of other life forms. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's just Belinda will serve as a symbol of human and animal compassion. And I think that's beautiful.
Not even just removing what they are, human and be, or human and be. It's just it's a loving story about how compassion and empathy can go a long way into making sure someone can live their best and most fruitful life.
Mm-hmm.
Or it can help someone live their best and most fruitful life. It's it's sad that it's it is inspiring. It's sad that of course it had to end, but it is inspiring, and we should all strive to have a Belinda in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I have a friend named Belinda. If she sees this, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's really beautiful actually. That's
yeah.
I'm glad we got to end on a happy note. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
yeah, that was good though. That was good.
That was good. Yeah. That's gonna be it for today's episode. Socials, you can find me under Paul Hackemesser or Linksod. That's Paul Hackemesser at PaulHackemesser, or Linksod at LYNKSOD. And you can find Kaden.
You can find me at just the word nameless on YouTube and Twitch. Or no, my Twitch is 07 nameless. Sorry. And yeah, then L Kaden for my Instagram. That's EL_KADEN. And yeah, that's gonna conclude.
And we will, and we hope to see you at the next one. Otherwise, you won't get it. And we can see this is performed behind a live studio audience, so we know when you're not here. We know when you're not here. We see you, people.
We can see you.
We can see you.
I can see you.
Hey, you! Just coming back from the restroom. Did you wipe?
Yeah. Did you?
He didn't wipe.
He didn't wipe. If you're not wiping, I know you're not washing your hands.
Exactly.
You need to go back in that goddamn restroom.
The only person not allowed to wipe is Belinda.
That's right. Belinda don't gotta wipe. She got a person to wipe it on.
Exactly.
Right? You don't got a person to wipe it on.
So unless you find a person to wipe it on.
If you don't have a person to wipe it on, you're in the wrong. Go back in there and wipe it yourself. Otherwise, poop on that person.
Why do my episodes always end with so weirdly? Last time we were talking about butts.
It's okay.
Whatever. Make sure to tune in the next time, because otherwise you're not gonna understand what the hell is going on. Because you just have to be there.
You had to be there.
See y'all in the next episode. See y'all next Thursday. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.